Bihari Jayapataka Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Jaya Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radhe Radha Gokulananda Radha Gokulananda Radhe Jaya Sita Rama Jaya Hanuman Sita Rama Sarvata Hanuman Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Uthakoti Vachanam Mangalangayategam Yathithatanam Vande Sigunirayanam Ramanandmaro Sri Chaitanya Ishram Hari Om Tat Sat. First I'd like to welcome everyone at the Bhaktivedanta Manor. Because half of my faces are still paralyzed, it's somewhat difficult to speak, and everyone may not understand. So whether you need someone to repeat or not, how many have difficulty to understanding?
How many have difficulties in understanding Maharaj's speech?
You can understand.
You understand?
Okay. If I start to speed up or something, give me some sign language. I get excited, but my body can't keep up with my mind.
Uchalila prema vanya chodike vedaya strivridha balaka yuva sabare dubhaya. The flood of love of God swelled in all directions, and thus young men, old men, women and children were all immersed in that inundation. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. When all the contents of the storehouse of love of God is thus distributed, there is a powerful inundation that covers the entire land. In Sridham Mayapur, there is sometimes a great flood after the rainy season. This is an inundation from the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. The inundation of love of Godhead should be understood all over the world, for this will help everybody, including old men, young men, women and children. The Krishna conscious movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so powerful that it can inundate the entire world and interest all classes of men in the subject of love of Godhead.
Adilila chapter 7, verse 25. This illustrates how Mayapur is the Janmastan of Lord Chaitanya, and from Mayapur, everything that happens affects the world. So, if it floods in Mayapur, it also indicates that the flooding should take part all over the world. Lord Krishna had some special relationship with the Jamuna River, and Lord Chaitanya, he had a relationship with the Ganga. And Lord Chaitanya is Krishna, but in his merciful form. So there's a lot of pastimes with the Ganges and Lord Chaitanya, where Lord Chaitanya as a child, he would go to the Ganges and he would swim, and he would have these pastimes there. So the Ganges were daily giving his mercy. Also, one day there was a brother, he was saying his gayatri, and the Ganges water was coming up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. He was wondering what is happening. And looked, he saw this golden boy was walking next to the Ganges, and as he would walk away, the Ganges would rise up, and go down, up, and then in front of his very eyes, his most worshipful deity of the Ganga Devi, she appeared, and she paid her obeisance to the golden boy, and she prayed to him. Namo Brahmanaya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namo, and she went back into the water. So he came out and he said, "You must be Krishna himself, because Ganges worshipped you. Please reveal to me who you are." And so Lord Chaitanya revealed that he was Radha and Krishna combined. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahiyanno. So what Lord Chaitanya said, well, if you want to stay and watch my pastimes unfold, you can see, but don't tell anyone who I am. If you tell before I leave, then I'll have to remove you. He'll remove him. You know what that means? Sun death. So, like that, Lord Chaitanya, he had many pastimes. Millions of years ago, when Bhaktivedanta Maharaj was taking the Ganges down, at that time, the Ganges flooded the ashram of Janava Muni in the island of Janodip in Navadip down. And so Janava Muni drank the Ganges. Bhakti looked at, where does the river go? Where does the Ganges go? And so he was looking everywhere. How can the Ganges disappear? How can she disappear? Where did she go? So he meditated, and then he found out that the John Muni had drunken the Ganges. So he approached all of his obeisances to the John Muni, and he asked the John Muni, please manifest the Ganges out again. John Muni said, I'm sorry, I digested her. What to do? What to do in this case? Someone drinks the whole Ganges river and digests her. What to do? Will Act of Parliament help? What's your suggestion? Well, Bhakti Maharaj was very intelligent, and so he said, well, if you have the power to drink the Ganges, you have also the power to re-manifest it. You also have the power to re-manifest it. So please manifest it. So she came out of the knee of John Mooney, and she came back and she said, I promise that I will take her away from your ashram. She will not disturb you anymore. And so he cut a riverbed close to the Mayapur Chandradaya Mandir. Close to the Mayapur Chandradaya Mandir. Thank you. And away from John Mooney ashram. So, therefore, one of the names of Ganga Devi is Janali. She comes from John Mooney's knee. So, like this, Ganges are many pastimes. Also in another down, the far south portion of the another down is called Samudra. And there the Samudra, or ocean, I came up high tide once. I came up to the Navadip down. You can see the ocean wanted to touch Navadip down. And then he glorified the Ganges. You are glorified because Lord Chaitanya, he visited you, he was regularly bathing in your water. But Gangadevi said to Samudra, he left me and he went to Jagatpuri, and daily he was bathing in your waters. So you're more glorified than me. But the Samudra said, the ocean said, well, but he eternally resides in Navadip Dham, and there he is always manifesting his pastimes. So now that so you are getting his association eternally. Hari Lal, Hari Lal, Hari Lal, Gaura Hari. Like this, there are many pastimes of the Ganges. And in Navadip Dham, we go to visit the place where we cross over from Madhyadip to Goladip. That place is also known as Panchalini. It's the confluence of the Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati, Gomati, and Alakananda. So there's 5 rivers, all uniting at one place. So that's called Panchalini. And even from the higher planets, they come to visit that holy place and take of that. So we used to get invited for about every 6 or 8 years, we get flood. And that flooding, Prabhupada said, it shows that Lord Chaitanya wants the whole world to flood with Krishna consciousness. The whole world to flood with love of Krishna. Hari Lal. I was thinking while flying here, how the people of this Kali Yuga, how the people, Prabhupada gave out blessings, he gave out mercy, we should never give it before. Also, Lord Chaitanya gave a mercy which was never given before. Anardita. Anardita means never given before. But somehow, the people, they don't think to take up Krishna consciousness. They don't think to take the mercy of the Lord, always readily available. So, how foolish they are, and how fortunate all of you are that you have taken up Krishna consciousness. Harilo. Harilo. So you are blessed by Lord Chaitanya and blessed by Prabhupada. I was thinking this morning, maybe I should have to give a second initiation on that requirement. Somehow they should show some desire for teaching and making devotees, at least their teaching or their signed books or they're doing Bhaktivedanta or some aspect of teaching, or at least they're doing a deity worship or helping in some way. Even making our children is one way of making devotees. Somehow they should show that they are eager to expand the mission of Lord Chaitanya and Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, work now, samadhi later. He wanted that we should all engage in his activities. Later I found from one of Prabhupada's godbrothers that Bhaktivedanta Saraswati had said that the pujaris and those who are living in the ashram in Mayapur, they should chant 64 rounds. But those who go out and preach and are very active in preaching work, they can chant 16 rounds. So Prabhupada engages all in preaching and chanting and harinams and somehow Prasad restaurant and some way or other in extending the influence and movement of Lord Chaitanya here in the West, all over the world. So that was his special mercy. I would think how fortunate we are to get this mercy. It was particularly heard of Prabhupada said many times that for 10,000 years his chanting would, his books would be the law of books of ISKCON, and that for 10,000 years the movement of Lord Chaitanya would be all over the world. So we're just now at the twilight zone. We're just at the beginning of the 10,000 years. So someone asked me, where does it say this in Shastra? I want Shastra Praman. I want evidence. I want evidence. Pocket evidence. Where does it say this? So then we found that in the Brahma Bharata Puran, it says that Ganges, all the holy rivers, they came to see Krishna in Dwarka, and they pushed Ganges ahead. She was the spokesperson. So she said, Krishna, we see that your pastimes are about to come to an end, and you're going to leave this world. So we want you to take us with you. Otherwise, Kali Yuga will start, and it will be all the sinful people will bathe in our waters and leave their sins. So please take us with you. We don't want to stay here and see the Kali Yuga. Lord Chaitanya, Lord Krishna, then he smiled. He said, tolerate for 5,000 years. Sinful people bathing in your waters. After 5,000 years, I will send some devotee who will spread the holy names all over the 3 worlds and all over the planet. And he will spread Krishna consciousness everywhere. He will, many people will come here to your daughters, and they, just seeing a Vaishnava is terrifying. What to think of touching. Krishna was smiling gently at him, and he said that I'll send someone. He'll come after 5,000 years and spread the holy name all over the world. And many devotees will come, and they'll bathe in your holy waters, and they'll be like Vaishnavas. You'll also know them because they'll chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. So, by this chanting, you know them to be like devotees. At that time, for 10,000 years, there'll be the Sankirtan will spread all over the planet, and there'll be a golden age in the Kali Yuga, where there'll be Akavarna, one caste. There'll be Hari Bhakta, devotee of God. And so wait for that time. After that 10,000 years, then we'll start Kali Yuga in its worst period, Gaur Kali. And so at that time, you can go underground like the Saraswati and hide until the Satya Yuga and then come out again. So, like this, Krishna gave his advice in the Brahma Bharata Purana, 125th Khanda. It gives this quote, where it says in Shastra, in case I don't ask you, you cannot tell them this quote. So, we have the duty and the responsibility to spread the message of Lord Chaitanya, to get everybody to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, many chant Hare Krishna, but they don't chant the names of Lord Chaitanya. So as a result, they don't always get love of Krishna. So if you want to get love of Krishna, you need to also chant the names of Lord Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivedanta. So, by chanting that first, Lord Chaitanya Nityananda Panchatattva, they forgive you for all offenses to the holy name. They don't take any offense, and they're chanting Hare Krishna on their request. Therefore, there are no offenses. So, like this, chanting has a very fast action. If they chant first the names of Panchatattva. So, Prabhupada is saying how in Mayapur he saw that the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, that was in the hands of other monks. He said, Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Janma Karma Janedevim. My birth and the activities are both transcendental. So he said the Janmastan, Krishna took birth in Mathura. That's his Janmastan. But he went to Vrindavan, that's his Leelastan or Karmastan. So his karma or Leela is transcendental. So that place is more sacred. So he was also saying that Mayapur is Chandradaya Mandir, Islam, is also the workplace of Lord Chaitanya, and the workplace is also sacred, and one can argue even more sacred. But in any case, we're trying to manifest the instructions of previous acharyas. One day it was Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada's disappearance day, and Prabhupada was giving a lecture. At that time, of course, on his appearance and disappearance day, we would put the picture of Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada on the asana, and Prabhupada would sit on another asana next to it. So he was thinking that the secret of devotional service is to please the previous acharyas. And like Jayapataka Swami, he had discovered the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya with Bhaktivedanta Thakur. And Bhaktivedanta Thakur, he went house to house, and he begged one rupee from each household to build the first temple. Like this, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur had built some bigger temple at the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, and also had developed some of the holy places. Some Prabhupada said, I also want to, and trying in a humble way, to develop the Mayapur. And I'm very grateful for all those devotees who are helping me. And then he choked up. He started to cry. And Prabhupada, he would control his emotion usually, but this time he was unable. He cried, and he was choked. And so we all sitting there, we didn't know what to do. And he couldn't speak any further. It was so much emotional for him to please the previous acharyas. He was so much emotional.
I was obliged to come to this movement, to take up this very seriously. And I was dreaming that Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur is calling me, please come out with me. So I was sometimes horrified. What is this? I have to give up my family life. Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur is calling me. I have to take sannyas. Oh, I was horrified. But I saw several times calling me. Anyway, it is by His grace I was forced to give up my family life and so-called business life. And He brought me somewhere or other in preaching His gospel. So, this is a memorable day. What He deserved. I am trying little bit, and you are all helping me. So I have to thank you more. You are actually representative of my Guru Maharaj, because you are helping me in executing the order of my Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much.
So, on some occasion he would say, if we are able to get the King and Queen of England at that time and the President of the United States to officiate the opening of the temple of the Planetarium, Bhaktivedanta Thakur would come down from the spiritual world and take you right by your hand, right back to God. Hari. So, of course, that's a tall order, but you can understand that Prabhupada wanted us to make a Mayapur very famous across the world. He wanted us to make, we're very proud that the Mayapur GDCs have appointed the committee, advisory committee for Mayapur, and the president of the Bhaktivedanta Manor, Sutidharma, he is also a member of that committee. Harilo. I don't know all the members, but he's one of the members. So, in this way, you also are playing a part with the development of Mayapradana. So, this is very dear to Srila Prabhupada, because it was dear to the previous acharyas. I think how fortunate we are to get the chance to develop the holy places of Lord Chaitanya, develop the Lila Sthans of Navadam, and also Gaurabandha Very surprised, there's very little development in much of the Gaurabandha. With great effort we found the Namashranya, Kustatirtha, Kushata, we found Radhakunda, Shyamkunda, we found the holy places of Krishna, which are manifested in the holy Dham of Navadam, but there's nothing to show for it. So this year, all the Bangladeshi devotees, they said, well, for developing the Namashranya down, we'll take half. We'll somehow, all over our poor country, we'll scrape up 30 lakhs, and we'll take half of the land purchase for the Namashranya. And so I asked the West Bengal devotees, well, if Bangladesh can pay 30 lakhs, how much will they? And so they also pledged a certain amount. So like this, we went to develop Bhaktisiddhanta, he developed the Samadhi. There's also in temples there, the Harihara Ketra and Narasimhapalli, Gorgara Temple, Vidyanagar, birthplace of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, also the birthplace of Vrindavan Thakur, also deities of Bhasya Datta and Margupta, and also Saranga Thakur and Maharaj Chaitanya. See, Lord Chaitanya, he told Saranga Thakur he should accept disciples, at least one disciple, and spread the movement. So, Saranga Thakur, he thought, okay, Lord Chaitanya has asked me many times, I should take one disciple. Next person I see tomorrow, first person I meet, I'll just initiate them. It's a bit unusual, but somehow I thought, he does it. I have to carry out the order of Lord Chaitanya. So the first person I see, I'll initiate. And so he was bathing in the Ganges, it's dark out, before Mangalarti. At that time, one body rushed up to him. Now he didn't know that the body was dead, and the body had been put on it's a custom that if a body dies, somebody dies of snake bite, he's put on a raft, and he's put on the Ganges in case some holy man can revive him. So he took that body, he took him over, and he chanted mantra in his ear. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And this, immediately, he came back to life. He said, your name is now Murari Das. Powerful mantra. he brought the dead back to life. So later his parents came and said, well, you're not alive, he's with us. He said, well, he gave me the birth, but I died. Now he gave me rebirth, so I belong to the Guru. Now I have to serve him. I can't go with you. Sorry. Ciao. Goodbye. So, because he was also later known as Murari Chaitanya Das. Now, Srangataka, he only initiated one devotee, but that Chaitanya Murari Chaitanya, he initiated many thousands. He'd go in the village riding on the back of some tiger, because he was already dead, so he wasn't afraid. And tiger was like pussy with him. And he'd say, surrender, chanting the Lord Chaitanya, surrender! It's looking riding a tail on a tiger, 11 feet long. And he said, surrender to Lord Chaitanya, what do you do? Haribol! 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 So, like this, he would convert whole villages. He would initiate the whole village to Krishna consciousness. And if he wanted to be alone, sometimes he would chant Japa underwater for 2-3 days. He would like this, sometimes he would take pythons and wrap them around his neck. He was a fearless devotee. So, like this, he would chant everywhere, and he spread the holy name wide. Now, it's difficult to follow in the footsteps of Murari Chaitanya Das, but at least we hope that all the devotees in the future probably wanted that if you get qualified, if you get the Bhaktivedanta certificate, then you should be recognized as a guru. All my men and women, it's there in his books. So, or in his letters, I don't know, letter name. So, he was saying, so in Islam we have a system of many gurus. I think in Islam there may be about 150 or 200 now. There were 100 before. Now there are about 150, 200. In the future there will be thousands and thousands of gurus. So, some give presentation that now maybe some gurus have thousands of devotees, but in the future, thousands they have dozens. So, whatever they do, in Islam, we get Prabhupada in the center, and we like to state, so no guru should be presented very much above anyone else, because this is a saying in Sanskrit, Mat Guru Jagat Guru. My guru is Jagat Guru. So like, your dad, my dad is better than your dad. You don't get into such fights. Every guru, your guru is good, okay? But we're one family. So, as one family, we have many help. Our Shiksha gurus, we have uncles, we have other people who care for us. We have temple presidents, many people. So, our guru, he's our prime authority. But we also have our respect others. So, in this way, I said in Islam, we have a system of making multiple gurus. We have the system that everyone who is present guru is deceased, he can be a guru if they go through a very, not very difficult, go through some process, or if the Guru is alive and he gives order to some disciple that you should take disciples as a service doing. So I also have such a disciple, and I want to make more. But others like Jayapataka Maharaj, he made Kananda Radha Swami, Bhaktivedanta Swami. I made Chaitanya Chandra Chandas. Like this, there are some who have been made gurus even while their guru is present. Anyway, we don't. The system of respecting a prime guru is we're not going to that right now. But the point is, we put Prabhupada in the prominent position.
Can we repeat this statement? We put Prabhupada in the prominent position.
And because everyone may think that their guru is best.
And because everybody may think that their guru is best.
And for them, their Diksha Guru is their authority.
And for them, their Diksha Guru is their authority.
But still, so we don't want to offend anyone.
But still we do not want to offend anybody.
Therefore, the GDC has decided that we should only have Guru Puja, other things, except the Yas today, and some other non-public place.
So therefore the GBC has decided that other than the Vyasa Puja day, the Guru Puja should be done in a non-public place.
And we are also one family.
And we are also one family.
So, as one family, we have many Shiksha Gurus, we have uncles, we have various temple presidents, devotees, who also give us some guidance to help.
So as a family, we have Shiksha Gurus, we have uncles, and we have other devotees that are giving helps, like temple presidents.
So we also want to respect them because they're helping us.
And we also want to respect them because they are helping us.
They help the Diksha Guru to execute his responsibility to take back the disciples to Godhead.
So he helps the Guru in his responsibility to take the disciples back home, back to Godhead.
So this is important that we be sensitive to the others' sensitivities.
So it is important that we be sensitive to others' sensitivities.
And we want to keep Prabhupada in a very prominent position.
And we want to keep Prabhupada in a very prominent position.
Now, Prabhupada once he told me that I was the only one there. He told two of us. He said that I want you to somehow keep whatever I've done. At least keep that together. If you're able to expand on it, that's good. But at least keep what I've done.
So Prabhupada once said to Guru Maharaj, and that was not just with him, there was other people present at that time, that you should, whatever I have done, you should be at least be able to maintain that.
So in Prabhupada's life, he had made 108 temples.
So in Prabhupada's life, he had built 108 temples.
Prabhupada ki
Jai!
Single-handedly 108 temples.
Single-handedly 108 temples.
From nothing.
From nothing.
So we're very much indebted to him.
So we are very much indebted to him.
Also, he wrote all these books.
He also wrote all of these books.
And he gives so many lectures, talks, letters.
And he gave so many talks, lectures, and letters.
So, like this. Now, usually after some acharya leaves, there's fighting months. Like after Bhaktivedanta left, now there's about 40 Gaudiyavas.
So usually after the main acharya leaves and there is fighting amongst the mats, like when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur left, there ended up being from one group there was the 40 different mats established.
So Prabhupada wanted to keep us all together.
So Prabhupada wanted to keep us all together.
So he said his guru had started the GBC.
So he said that his guru had started the GBC.
So I'm also restarting the GBC.
So you are?
Prabhupada said he is restarting the GBC.
Oh, so Prabhupada said he is also restarting the GBC.
So he was the first chairman of the GBC.
So he was the first chairman of the GBC.
Recently some famous guru in India left his body. And later we found that he had some said 100,000 crores, which is about, some said 400,000 crores. And immediately people started to fight who gets what. So, Prabhupada, of course, he invested his money in books and temples, and he had 1 crore. And he left that to the Mayapur Vrindavan Trust, which I'm a trustee of. And like that, he was a very good manager. Whatever he got, he immediately spent on Krishna. He didn't want any personal assets like this. So Prabhupada, he was a very good manager.
So like this, Srila Prabhupada was a very good manager.
And he organized things to please his previous acharyas.
And he organized things to please the previous acharyas.
So he also organized things in this way that ISKCON would stay united.
So he organized things in this way so ISKCON would stay united.
He said any one of you could be, at one time, could be misled or bewildered, but I have faith that the whole GDC majority will not.
So he said at any time one individual may be misled or misguided, but as a unit they would not.
So like this, he wanted to keep ISKCON together.
So like this, he wanted to keep ISKCON together.
And somehow, through all these, we're going to celebrate our 50th anniversary in 5-6 years.
So we're going through the 50th anniversary in 5 or 6 years.
And we're still together.
And we are still together.
Now, there are 2 temples who are declared independence. That was Calcutta and Bangalore.
Now there was 1 or 2 temples that declared independence. That was Calcutta and Bangalore.
The Calcutta temple was retaken by ISKCON.
The Calcutta temple was retaken by ISKCON.
And just 2 days ago, the Bangalore High Court Divisional Bench decided in favor of the ISKCON and said that the Bangalore was a branch of ISKCON.
So 2 days ago, the Bangalore High Court they declared that the ISKCON Bangalore is now part of, but it's ISKCON Bombay.
So like this, but apart from that, all the other temples were united.
Apart from that, all the other temples were united.
So maybe the GDC could do its job better, but they at least done that primary job.
So maybe the GBC could have done better, but at least they've done their primary job.
Which was to keep ISKCON united.
To keep ISKCON united.
And Lord Chaitanya, we want to spread his message.
The Lord Chaitanya wanted to spread his message.
He said, Pratidhi Ache Jato Nagara Digram Prachari Hali Mana, Ritidite Prachari Hali Mana, that in every town and village throughout the whole world, my holy name will be sung.
So in every town and village, my name will be sung.
Throughout the world.
Throughout the world.
So I'm very grateful here that the Bhaktivedanta Manor and the Soul Street are extending also to the Bhakti Diksha concert groups and various other branches, also in Scotland, Ireland, North Ireland. They're also sending the message of Lord Chaitanya.
So I'm very happy to hear that the Bhaktivedanta Manor and the Soho Temple, and also in Scotland, they're all expanding in the congregational preaching.
Ireland.
The counselling. And Ireland, sorry. And they're all expanding in these counselling systems and in what is a Bhakti Diksha.
So, like this, we like to see every town village follow Lord Chaitanya's mercy.
So like this, we like to see every town and village drowned in Lord Chaitanya's mercy.
Haribol! So, each one of you has also a big responsibility when you understand the mercy that you're getting from Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya.
So each of us has a big responsibility to understand the mercy we are getting from Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya.
How we should also try to give this mercy to others.
How we should also try to give this mercy to others.
When we ask Prabhupada, how can we repay you? You give us so much.
When we asked Srila Prabhupada, how could we repay you? You have given us so much.
He said, please take the holy name.
He said, please take the holy name.
Be healthy.
And be happy.
And make others happy.
And make others happy.
Haribol.
Haribol.
So we want all you to be healthy and make others happy.
So we would like you all to become happy and make others happy.
Those who are healthy, raise your hand.
Those who are happy, please raise your hand.
Prabhupada said, we're making everybody healthy.
Prabhupada said we are making everybody happy.
So, this is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya.
So this is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya.
And we all know we want to spread this message within as quickly as possible.
We want to spread this message as quickly as possible.
Now, if you read the arrival address of Srila Prabhupada in Calcutta in 1975,
so if you read the arrival address of Srila Prabhupada in Calcutta 1975,
I think it was in March.
I think it was in March.
Or February.
Or February.
I was quite amazed.
I was quite amazed.
Prabhupada, he had visited on his round the world trip.
Prabhupada had visited from his round the world trip.
Tehran, Iran. Tehran.
I'm from Tehran.
That's Iran. And there Prabhupada said he had talked with some Islamic ayatollahs and some scholars.
So that Prabhupada talked to some scholars and ayatollahs? Islamic ayatollahs.
And he said that they were generally very much favorable to his spreading of the holy names.
And he said they were generally quite friendly to the spreading of the holy name.
He said, you can also, if you don't want to chant the names of Hare Krishna, you can chant the name of Allah.
He said if you don't want to chant the names of Hare Krishna, you can chant the names of Allah.
So they like that.
And they like that.
So probably in his arrival address, he mentioned that there the word Allah Akbar.
So there, in the address, Srila Prabhupada mentioned Allah Akbar.
Is also the duplicate or synonym for Param Brahma.
So it's also the syllable or duplicate for Param Brahma.
Now it's quite amazing.
So it's quite amazing.
You never think like that.
We never think like that.
But this is how Prabhupada was teaching.
So this was Srila Prabhupada's preaching.
So he'd get everybody
So he would get everybody
to Jai Shri Radha Gokula Nanda ki, Jai Nidai Gaur ki, Jai Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Haribol.
Haribol.
So Lord Chaitanya wanted his message to be spread in every town and village.
So Lord Chaitanya and his message to spread the holy names to every town and village.
And we're very grateful that you are spreading all over UK.
And we're very grateful that you're spreading all over UK.
And all the devotees on internet who are watching, we're very grateful that they are helping also spread the message all over the world.
And we're happy that all the devotees on the internet are spreading the glories all over the world.
So, we should all take this up very seriously.
We should all take this up very seriously.
Whether you're in Birmingham or in Watford or London or wherever you are.
Whether we're in Birmingham, Watford, or wherever you are.
Spread the message of Lord Chaitanya.
Spread the message of Lord Chaitanya.
Somehow get the people gradually to take up this process.
And somehow gradually get the people to take up this process.
Make it very easy.
Make it very easy.
And then gradually when people get a taste,
And then gradually people get a taste.
they themselves like to increase more.
And they themselves would like to increase more.
Some people tell me they want to live life in its fullest.
Some people tell me that they'd like to live life to the fullest.
But we know that unless they practice Krishna consciousness, they don't really live life to its fullest.
But we know that unless they practice Krishna consciousness, they cannot really live life to the fullest.
They're only living the external, shallow life.
They're only living an external, shallow life.
The material side.
The material side.
So each Sultan said side by side we should observe, we should practice the spiritual and also the material.
So the Ishopanishad says that side by side we should practice the material and the spiritual.
Or we should know both.
We should know both.
So you're very fortunate that you have these deities.
You're very fortunate that we have these deities.
And these deities are, I was also welcomed by the president. He said, welcome home. This is your home also.
So I was welcomed by the temple president. He said, welcome home. This is your home also.
And I also feel like this is also one of my homes.
And I also feel like this is one of my homes.
Is it right?
Is that right?
So, each of these deities have got some special pastime.
Each of these deities has some special pastime.
And somehow, I see some in ancient temples, they have a book where they write down the pastimes of the deities.
So in the Indian temples, they have a book where they mark down all of the pastimes of the deities.
So I was telling in LA and San Diego, other temples, that they should also keep this book and tell what dreams, what blessings, what leelas the deity is performing.
So I was telling the devotees in Los Angeles, San Diego, and other temples that they could keep a book and notify all the pastimes that have happened with the deities, any particular pastime.
And they said, well, if they tell the president, maybe you think we're crazy.
So people may think that if I tell these pastimes, people may think I'm crazy.
So I said, well, you tell me.
So then Guru Maharaj said, no problem, you can tell him.
I'd like to hear.
He would love to hear.
and I'll tell them.
And then he'll tell them.
I won't say name if you want.
You won't mention your name.
Like in Mayapur, we have so many pastimes of the Jagannath deities.
Like in Mayapur, we have so many pastimes of the Jagannath deities.
And we also have pastime of the Narasimha deity.
And also the pastimes of Narasimha deity.
One lady was going blind.
One lady was going by.
Blind.
Blind.
Lord Narasimha deity. So she said, this may be the last time I can see you, because the doctors say I'm going blind.
So she went before the deity of Lord Narasimhadev and she prayed that this may be the last time I'm going to see you, because the doctors are saying that I'm going blind.
So that night, Narasimhadev came in a dream.
So that night, Lord Narasimhadev came in a dream.
He said, the pujaris took out my red eyes and gave me green eyes.
So he said that the pujaris have taken out my red eyes and put in green eyes.
But I am known as Agni Lochan, I have red eyes.
But I am known as Agni Lochan, I have red
I'm
eyes.
angry
I'm angry
because my devotee was persecuted.
about my devotee who was persecuted.
So if you replace my red eyes, I'll give you back your eyesight.
So if you replace my red eyes, I will give you back your eyesight.
And so she told the pujaris.
So she told the pujaris,
And these are regular happenings with the deities in Mayapur.
and these are regular happenings with the deities in Mayapur.
So they did a big ceremony, yagya, and they replaced the red eyes.
So they did a big ceremony and yagya, and they replaced the red eyes.
Since then, she still sees.
So since then, she still sees.
Harilo! Narasimha ki. So there must be so many pastimes here of these deities of Radha Gokulananda.
So there must be so many pastimes here of Radha Gokulananda.
And also Radha Landeshwara.
And also Radha Landaneshwari.
And also, if any have any pastimes, please tell the president or tell the GDC. If no one else, tell me.
So if anyone has any pastimes, you can tell the temple president or the GBC, or if there's no one else, you can tell Guru Maharaj.
And this way, let the glories of the deities be known.
In this way, let the glories of the deities be known.
These deities are there.
These deities are there.
Their leelas are there.
Their leelas are there.
But somehow devotees are shy to speak.
But somehow the devotees are shy to speak.
So, this is part of Lord Chaitanya's movement.
So this is part of Lord Chaitanya's movement.
He said, Bhajo Krishna, worship Krishna.
He said, Bhajo Krishna, worship Krishna.
Follow Krishna.
Follow Krishna.
Chant Hare Krishna.
Chant Hare Krishna.
And call Krishna Shiksha.
Follow Krishna Shiksha.
Read the books of Lord Krishna.
Read the books of Lord Krishna.
So, we read Gita and Bhagavatam.
So we read Gita and Bhagavatam.
And we worship deities.
We worship the deities.
And we chant.
And we chant.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So it was Lord Chaitanya. He came only 500 years ago.
So Lord Chaitanya came only 500 years ago.
And he manifested his pastimes.
And he manifested his pastimes.
In Navadam,
In Navadvip Dham.
also he went to the various holy places in Bengal.
So he also went to the various holy places in Bengal.
He went to Jagannath Puri.
To Jagannath Puri.
He went all over South India.
He went all over South India.
He went to also to Gujarat.
He went also to Gujarat.
He went to Vrindavan.
He went to Vrindavan.
He went to Allahabad.
He went to Allahabad.
He went to Benares.
He went to Benares.
He went to Ramkeli and Malda.
He went to Ramkeli and Malda.
He went to Kananatsala.
And to Kananatsala.
He went to Patliputra.
Which one?
Patliputra.
Patliputra.
That's also known as Patna.
Near Patna.
That's the ancient name of Patna.
It's an ancient name of Patna.
So he went to Gaya.
He went to Gaya.
Like that. He went also East Bengal.
To East Bengal.
So basically he went all over India.
Basically he went all over India.
And so he managed his pastimes in India.
And manifested his pastimes in India.
So he said he left the rest of the world for one of his devotees.
And he said that he left the rest of the world for one of his devotees.
Who he was going to send.
Who he was going to send.
Prabhupada ki. Prabhupada ki. Prabhupada ki. So we're very much we're very fortunate to be the servants of the servants of Srila Prabhupada.
So we're very fortunate to be the servants of Srila Prabhupada.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Hare Krishna.
How do we become more grateful and appreciative of what we have already been given?
Just look around you.
Just look around you.
And you see how much the people are not understanding the basics.
And just look around you and just see how much people are not understanding the basics.
They don't know that they're not the body.
They do not know that they're not their body.
They think that the body.
They think that they're their body.
And so therefore, some are going through the various phases of happiness, frustration.
And therefore they're going through different phases of frustration and happiness.
So, one person, he was going through an airport, and a devotee tried to stop him to take a Bhagavad Gita.
So one person was going through an airport, and a devotee tried to stop him to give him a Bhagavad Gita.
I have no time.
I have no time.
I have no time.
I have no time.
This is the worst day of my life.
It's the worst day of my life.
The absolute worst day.
Absolute worst day.
Oh, we're here to help people who are still having the worst day of their life.
So the devotee said we're here to help people who are having the worst day of their life.
Tell me, why is it today the worst day?
Please tell me why today is the worst day.
He said, well, I went to college to please my mother.
I went to college
To please my mother.
to please my mother.
I married to please my mother.
to please my mother.
I did my job
I did my job
to please my mother.
to please my mother.
Everything I wanted to please my mother.
Everything was to please my
And
mother.
today she died.
And she died.
So now,
So now,
I don't know. This is the worst day of my life.
worst day.
See, here in Bhagavad Gita it says she didn't die.
Well, here it says in the Bhagavad Gita that she didn't die.
She didn't die.
She didn't die.
No.
No.
Look right here.
Look right here.
Page.
Page 230.
Let me see that.
Let me see it.
The soul lives on.
The soul lives on.
The real person is a soul.
The real person is a soul.
And that person lives on.
That person lives on.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
My mother! Well, he brought Bhagavad Gita.
She bought a Bhagavad Gita.
He did.
He did, sorry. Not the mother.
So like that. Either the basics they don't know.
So even the basics they do not know.
What does he go? How much Lord Chaitanya gave us?
What to speak of how much Lord Chaitanya gave
How
us?
much Prabhupada gave us?
How much Srila Prabhupada gave us?
They give us the top sum and bottom of life.
They gave us the top sum and bonum of life.
We can also achieve Bhagavan realization.
We can also achieve Bhagavan realization.
We can get the eternal service of Lord Krishna.
We can get the eternal service of Lord Krishna.
And Krishna is so not wonderful.
And Krishna is so wonderful.
So, while we're serving all these 10,000 people, when we can serve Krishna, while we are serving all these 10,000 people.
So why are we serving all these temporary people
And
when we can serve Krishna?
So just take a moment to think
So just take a moment to think
how much you got,
how much you have got.
and you'll be amazed.
And you'll be amazed.
Even if you've only been a few days with devotees,
Even if you've only been a few days with devotees.
you get so much
You get so much
that you can never repay.
that you can never repay.
Haribo.
Haribo! You mentioned about Lord Chaitanya's mission and how it's going to flood the world. Is it possible for every living entity to be engaged in God consciousness? And so there to be no demoniacs or no irreligious people at that time.
You get a majority of people.
If we get the majority of the people,
That's pretty good.
that's pretty good.
I think a few diehards, but
There might be a few diehards.
If they see that, well, everybody else is doing it,
If they see that everybody else is doing it,
then maybe they'll also change.
but then maybe they'll also try.
There was a wife, she said her husband he had a lot of problems.
There was a wife and she said her husband has a lot of problems.
He wasn't chanting, he wasn't
chanting.
he had a drinking problem,
He had a drinking problem,
a smoking problem,
smoking problem,
etc., etc.,
etc.
So,
So somehow,
he started to chant,
he started to chant.
and he approached me also,
And he approached Guru Maharaj also.
and he asked for personal advice.
And he asked for some personal advice.
So how he could stop his problems.
So how he could stop his problems.
So like this, even people that we think are very hard nuts to crack,
So even the people we think that are very hard nuts to crack,
by Lord Chaitanya's mercy,
by Lord Chaitanya's mercy,
everything is possible.
anything is possible.
And Nityananda was he was the original guru.
And Lord Nityananda was the original guru.
So he taught us how to give out the mercy.
So he showed us how to give out the mercy.
We have to be so patient.
And be patient.
Like this, if they don't be rejectful, if they be patient, you can also change a lot of people.
So if we be patient, we can change a lot of people.
Also, they see that they're not happy,
Because they see that they are not happy.
and if they see that the devotees are happy,
And if they see that the devotees are happy,
then they'll also be inclined to change.
that they'll be inclined to change.
But maybe, it's a gradual process.
But maybe it is a gradual process.
So, like this, first will be recognized as an official minority.
So first, will be recognized as an official
minority.
minority.
Prabhupada said at first they'll laugh at us.
Prabhupada said at first they will laugh at us.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Then they'll see we're serious.
And then they'll see we're serious.
And then they'll criticize.
And then they'll criticize.
They'll try to put up obstacles.
And they'll try to put up obstacles.
But we stand together. We stand together.
But we stand together.
Right?
Right?
Here the Pandava Sena stood together in the manner, and the manner is still open.
So here the Pandava Sena stood together in the manor, and the manor is still open.
Jai! So like that. Then in the end, they also take it up.
So in the end they'll also take up.
So, like this, it's recommended that you don't try the difficult cases when you're neophyte. I try easy cases. Try those that are available.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.